Hi guys, welcome to another Gamer Life Show video. In this video we're going to talk about Microsoft's Game Pass and Sony's PlayStation Now subscription services. Sony has been out for about 6 years with PlayStation Now, and they're just hitting 2.2 million subscribers. In relation to that, Microsoft has been out with Game Pass since 2017, and they've hit a milestone of 10 million subscribers plus since this quarter of 2020. And what's been significant about it has been the growth, access, and trajectory of Microsoft wanting to focus on subscription services and calling Game Pass and Netflix of gaming. And that's a very significant thing, especially when you think about game streaming and game downloading as a future of gaming. For some people that's true. For other people, they would like it to just be an option where they can still go out to the store, still purchase their games, as well as have access to an online digital service that allows them to either purchase the games online or to be part of a subscription service. For Microsoft, they're looking at this as a holistic standpoint, from a holistic standpoint about where they want to go with the future of gaming. And for PlayStation, they're trying to figure out where does this start to fit in. And when you think about it, it fits in a sense that it's about recurring revenue. It's about the ability to offer gamers more than one option of play and more than one option of access to games, and being able to do that at a high level. Microsoft has the infrastructure with Cloud, Azure, that they can upload as many people as they possibly can into a subscription service, be able to download games and work with developers, as well as work with their first parties to deliver games that gamers are going to want to play. Now, being said, Sony is the crown jewel when we talk about gamers, as well as what this generation is meant to be in terms of sales, with the PlayStation 4 hitting over 105 million systems sold so far. Microsoft and Sony are both head to head, where Sony is in the lead in console sales. So even though, yes, there are 10 million subscribers, that 10 million subscribers is based on about 50 million Xbox One owners out there, which is still really good, because that's the ability for them to have recurring revenue coming in from gamers who are looking to have a much more value intensive service from Microsoft as they are entertained, as they're playing games, as well as their ownership of the console. And going forward with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, it's no doubt that PlayStation Now and Game Pass are going to be critical to the success of these new platforms from Microsoft and from Sony. With that being said, though, what's going to also propel these services even more higher and make PlayStation Now a real success is going to be the games, as well as from Game Pass. We already know that when it comes to games, Sony is considered the king of the hill with first-party titles like God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, and others. And it's only going to be more prominent for them if they take online services like a subscription service for PS Now more serious, where they can offer gamers a bit more a robust way to enter and keep them online in terms of recurring revenue. At the same time, we have to look at the fact that Sony also has relationships within retail that force them to have to take a little bit more time in the way that they approach online services. They also have to grow their capacity for these online services so that they can take full advantage of them. Whereas with Microsoft, again with Azure, that's not the same case. With Azure, Microsoft is able to deploy data centers across the world where gamers are going to be able to access this. This is what makes xCloud so enticing for them when you think about Stadia and you think about online gaming and you think about cloud gaming going forward. Microsoft and Google have the means to be able to offer cloud gaming at a robust rate and a rate that Sony does not currently have. And this is the reason why Sony has been able to partner with Microsoft on a cloud infrastructure standpoint to be able to say one day they'll be able to offer a cloud gaming streaming service that's robust enough for them to be able to grow their subscriber base. And not only that, grow their gamer base. and grow their revenue. When you think about the revenue services, when you think about these from the standpoint of both of them, you're looking at the ability to grow your market and at the same time grow your revenue from the standpoint of being able to reinvest in the gaming sector and reinvest in within your company. And both Microsoft and Sony have the means currently to do so, but they want to continue to grow it out because making games is expensive, right? And with Microsoft owning 15 studios and giving these studios as much freedom as they possibly can get, as well as having a publishing arm, same thing for Sony, they are going to need to have a way to invest funds going into these gaming platforms so that we can turn back around and have an enjoyment and be able to pay for these services and feel like our value is coming back to us, and vice versa. So it's going to be a really interesting next generation when we look at the PlayStation 5 and we look at the Xbox Series X, because these both platforms are going to be robust enough where streaming is going to be a very key part of their ecosystem as streaming becomes more and more popular, not just from the standpoint of downloading games and owning games, but also from the standpoint of streaming content as a user on generated platforms. All of this comes together in such a fashion that's going to allow for gaming to grow if it is nurtured. And we see that with Game Pass, by Microsoft nurturing it from nowhere in 2017 to 10 million subscribers. That's a big deal. Right now, you can get an introductory offer of $1 for Game Pass, which allows you to be able to play the games on the platform and be able to get into the service from a standpoint of what the game service is all about. Right now, for $14.99 a month, you can get Xbox games, PC games, and Xbox Live from Game Pass in an ultimate bundle. Or you can pay $10.99 a month for just Game Pass, and that also gets you in the door. But you're going to need Xbox Live, obviously, so most people wind up paying the $14.99 a month for Ultimate. There's also a way for you to get Xbox Live and Game Pass. If you currently have Xbox Live, you can pay out and buy multiple months of Xbox Live and then purchase Xbox Game Pass, which will last you for the months you currently have as well as the months you will have once you have them for Xbox Live. So there's a lot of ways to enter into Game Pass if you have an Xbox One console. Now, if you're on a PlayStation console, you're going to have to hope that PlayStation continues to grow its platform, continues to add value with games from both their first party as well as their third party into the ecosystem of PlayStation Now. Whereas with Microsoft, they're in full tilt with Game Pass to the point that right now and going forward, there's day and date first party games that are going to go into the service. So people who are going to get an Xbox Series X, once they purchase that, they're going to be able to look forward to Halo Infinite. They're going to be able to look forward to whatever first party games that will be out there on the platform. And speaking of first party, we'll touch on that in a separate video, but both Microsoft and Sony have events going on in June and in July. Microsoft will be able to showcase and hopefully showcase first party games in July in a blowout, and Sony is said to have a June event. We'll go into that in a separate video, but for now we're going to end the video here, and we're going to wish Microsoft and Sony continued success with PlayStation Now and Xbox Game Pass, because at the end of the day, we as gamers are the ones who benefit the most when we have these services that allow us to play more and more games, and also allow us to do so at a cost of value. So, want to hit you guys with that. I would like for you guys to hit that like and subscribe button. Want to help you guys with more stuff coming down the line, especially for our Patreon subscribers who we will start to offer more and more better perks to. In this regard, we need all the help we can get to grow this channel. We love you guys. We thank you guys for tuning into our content, and we love for you to be here for our journey. We'll see you guys on the other side, and like I always say at the end of every video, welcome to the gamer life.